Hi Leo, welcome to August and happy birthday. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy for this reading, create some sacred space. So this month we have a full moon in Aquarius, which is happening in your relationship sector. And then we have a new moon in Leo, your sign. So the full moon is happening on August 3rd, and it's squaring Uranus and trining Mars. Well, sextiling Mars, the sun's trining Mars. So that's happening in your home sector. Or is it, yeah, well, I'll get into the astrology later. So there can be some major changes happening at this full moon. Because not only is it angular, it's affecting your cardinal points. So home, career, relationships, something out of the blue is going to change everything that it happens. Something you least expect, but it's going to free you. So roll with the punches. And then we have a new beginning in Leo in your first house. So you have a chance to remake yourself, to have a new cycle, to start a whole new cycle at the new moon on August 18th. And Uranus goes retrograde on the 11th. We'll get into that later, but let's see what the cards say about Leo. What does Leo need to know about love? Love in relationships. For the month of August 2020. What is coming up for Leo? For the month of August 2020. I can't shuffle today. What does Leo need to know about love and relationships for the month of August? Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, Page of Pentacles, the Star, the Five of Swords, the Lovers, the Eight of Cups, the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. And then the card underneath the deck, the Ace of Pentacles. So, alright. So we start out with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Cups, I'm sorry. Crossed by the High Priestess, there are things going on behind the scenes. You could be... The Queen of Cups, if this is a person in your life, it's someone who's very sensitive, very intuitive. Could be a water sign. Someone who's very kind, compassionate, caring. And the High Priestess, this person could be very spiritual. They could have healing abilities. Or you think very highly of this person. The High Priestess can also mean tapping into your own intuition. Taking time out to really think and listen to that inner voice, tapping into your own. Because the Queen of Cups, because it's the first card, could represent energies within you, not just a person that you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a person, you're dealing with someone who's very spiritual and very kind and compassionate. But it could also mean that you're bringing those qualities out within yourself. And you have the Page of Pentacles. You have some Pentacles here. I feel like you could be dealing with an Earth sign in August also. Page of Pentacles is the student card. So you may be feeling like, I'm open to the new this month. I'm ready for something new. You have the Star card here in the recent past. So you're trying to achieve, you have this vision or this fantasy or this goal or dream that you'd like to achieve, and you're open to learning new skills, learning new things. But you have this Five of Swords coming up. So I feel like that there's some you have to, there might be some toxic energy in your environment, and you might be making a decision because you have the Lovers here. You're going to have to choose between two paths. I feel like there are choices coming up in August. It could be two people. Maybe you need to leave a toxic relationship and move towards something that's more fulfilling. Or it could be two career paths, or even a choice to stay, or do I stay or do I go? It may not have to, it doesn't always have to be two people. It can mean just making a decision about the direction you want to take in a relationship and in your life. I mean, with the Lovers here, there's a strong attraction on the horizon. And you could be connecting with someone because the sun is in your environment, someone that you really enjoy being with, someone who brings sunshine to your life, who brings joy, fun, where you can honor your inner child, where, you know, when you spend time with this person, you feel alive and you feel, you know, you get away from your problems. But you have this Eight of Cups here. You're going to be leaving something behind. This is a card of, you know, so I feel like for some of you, you might be leaving a relationship that was once good, but it's no longer fulfilling. And you're moving on to something better. You're moving on to something that's more spiritual, a better connection. I'm a little concerned with the Five of Swords because that sometimes comes up when you feel like you're experiencing hostility from someone. So if you're leaving a relationship, you could be dealing with a toxic person that could be abusive, or someone that, like, you have to know when to cut your losses and move on. It's like you can't fix the current situation. The Five of Swords energy is hostility. You may feel victimized in a relationship or a situation, and you can't fix it. You can't change it. You have to accept it. Like, this is the way it is. I either accept this person for who they are, or I have to walk away because I can't change the person. So you could be in the process of making that decision. Do I stay and work on this relationship and accept the limitations that are involved within it, or do I leave it and move on to something else? A part of you is afraid to move on. You have this Eight of Swords. You feel like you're trapped or you're stuck. Like you're afraid to move out, or you're afraid to make changes. Maybe you feel like your options are limited. You have no choice. If you do have a goal or a dream, it's going to take a little bit longer to achieve because the Knight of Pentacles energy is a slow energy. It's not a quick fix. So you're going to have to take time to work on what you're trying to achieve in a relationship. It's going to take time and patience. But it can be done because the eights, you have this eight here, the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So the eights represent power. With the Eight of Cups, you're leaving behind something. You might be leaving behind a situation where you felt you didn't have power, and you're moving towards something that's more empowering, or more where you're more engaged, where you're more connected to this new path. But you feel for some reason right now your power feels restricted. Like, I feel stuck, I feel trapped, I can't move. But I feel that with the sun being in the reading, you can overcome whatever limitations you're experiencing. And you have this Ace of Pentacles that, you know, hidden in the wings. But that is like later in the year. I think things are going to get better toward the end of the year, beginning of next. And it might be through this, someone's compassion, or through the choices that you make. I mean, you have the star and the sun in the reading. So you can achieve a goal, but you have to know what your limitations are. Drop any toxic behavior. Drop fear and limitation. Don't, because you could just walk away. I mean, if you're existing in a toxic environment, nothing is really holding you there except for fear. You can just walk away. Walk away from anything that's not serving you, that's giving you grief. Don't try. You can't fix the situation. You may have to just move into something new. And the new looks good. You have the sun, but you're going to have to make a choice. And there's potential. There's potential for you to solve your problems, to get some kind of freedom, or to get some kind of resolution, if you're willing to do the work and to be disciplined. So let's see what the astrology says. So your full moon in Aquarius, it's happening in your 7th house. 7th, for something is coming to completion. You could be ending a partnership, or you could be, cementing a partnership even. But there is a conflict between your needs and the needs of the other person. So you're going to have to compromise. You can't, because Leo, sometimes you can be very bossy, wanting things your way, and you're dealing with, this fixed energy. The other person is just as stubborn. Fixed signs are very stubborn. You could be dealing with another person who's a fixed sign. It could be Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, even another Leo. So they're not budging. You're going to have to compromise. You're going to have to learn how to compromise to create harmony in a relationship. You have Uranus in the 10th house. I was thinking it was the 4th. It's the 10th. Uranus brings changes. Sudden change at this full moon in your life direction, in your status. So it could be a rise in status or a fall in status, depending on if you've been doing the right things. If you've been doing things according to, in the proper way, you could get rewarded. If you have been on the wrong path, Uranus will take you out of that path because it's just not working. So through some surprise, that's going to get you out of your comfort zone, but ultimately I think it will be for the best. It will give you more freedom. You're going to break free from whatever has been chaining you or imprisoning you. Mars is in the 9th house. It could involve travel. Taking a journey, change of residence even. Maybe you're moving to a new location. Or you're dealing with, 9th house is also higher education. Dealing with matters that involve belief systems and spirituality. For some of you, you might want to go back to school and take some, get some extra training so that you can start a new life, move onto a new path. It might involve new beginnings in your belief system, even changing what you believe, what you believe about yourself and what you can achieve. You have Mercury in the 12th opposing Saturn in the 6th. So there could be some health issue that comes up at this full moon. You might be rigid in your thinking. You're looking for healing and you're trying to communicate, but you're feeling blocked by authority figures in the 6th house. So that could be work or even health. So if you have some kind of health issue, you might be arguing with the doctors, or you're on it's like you're on a different page and you're finding like yourself being blocked, like they're not listening, or you have no voice. You can't speak up. Maybe you're afraid to speak up. Venus is in the 11th in Gemini. So you have a friendship. There could be some unexpected development around friendships. Maybe a friend is there for you. You're having greater harmony in your friends and the groups that you belong to. And Venus is connecting with the North Node in Gemini. So there could be some kind of fateful events around friendships and the groups that you belong to. We have Neptune in the 8th and it's squaring Jupiter in the 6th. So it could be hard if you have a health issue. It's going to be hard to diagnose. It's like the doctors don't know what's wrong, or they can't see what's wrong. But with Neptune in the 8th, there could be some kind of toxic situation. It could be maybe alcohol or something that you're eating that's like a poison. There's like toxic stuff in your food or chemicals that you're taking into your body that could be affecting you. Jupiter usually rules the liver, and that's in your 6th house. So you may have to really watch your diet and watch what you're putting into your body. Because there's some confusion with Neptune. There's like But Neptune also rules, liquids and fluids in the body. So let's see. Uranus is going to go retrograde in your 10th house. So you might be rethinking your life path and your career. What is it? You may need to be free from something. Maybe you've spent a lot of energy trying to achieve a certain goal in life, and you're just needing, it's like weighing you down, and you need a change. So you might have a change in career, or a change in relationship, because sometimes the 10th house can mean status. So a relationship could end or start. You could have a new relationship or end a relationship suddenly with this Uranus energy. Then you have the new moon in Leo in your first house. So there's a new beginning. You have a chance to reinvent yourself and to be true to yourself and to show the world who you are. Because Leo is about, look at me, this is what I can do, this is who I am. And you're presenting more of yourself out in the world. You're not afraid to show who you are and to be yourself. The only problem you might have, because Saturn is making an uncomfortable aspect, an inconjunct from the 6th house. So you might feel that some health issue is holding you back. You're limited by either people at work, because the 6th house represents work, authority figures at work, or sometimes it represents health. So if you've been overworking and you need to take time out to heal, to rest, don't, take on more than you can handle. Know what your limitations are. At some point, Venus is going to be moving into Cancer. So in your 12th house, and it's sextiling Uranus in the 10th. So if you have feelings for someone, you might be keeping them quiet, like you're not communicating. You might have a secret crush or secret love. Hopefully you're not having some kind of secret affair, because that's not good. Especially with Uranus in the 10th, you could be connecting with someone you meet at work, and sparks are flying, but if you're in a committed partnership, you might not be able to go there. Or it could just be that you're not, you're afraid to communicate your love, you're afraid of rejection. Or you have some kind of psychological block around love, and maybe even money. But Uranus in the 10th is making it public. It's gonna, you have a chance to break free unexpectedly from this block. Mars is squaring Saturn, so there could be some conflicts with authority figures, especially around health. Like your belief system might be different than the people around you, the people that you work with, or if it's a health issue, the people in charge of your health. You're not agreeing, you're not seeing eye to eye. But Saturn in the 6th house is going to bring the truth to the surface. It's going to show you, if you're like thinking like, oh, my health is fine and I don't need anybody, Saturn will show you the truth one way or another. So if something needs to be addressed, it's going to come out when Saturn's there. And you may have to either lighten up on your workload or take better care, be more disciplined and take better care of your health. But you have this, you have great cards, so you can achieve harmony in a relationship. You can achieve, you can overcome these problems with the sun. Things can get better. You just have to overcome fear and know what your limits are. Don't take on too much. Don't, have this idealistic view of what you can accomplish. Think about things in a realistic way, and take your time. But if something is toxic, if something is not working in a relationship, walk away. You can walk away. And walk into the sun. The sun is coming out. I feel like your environment is going to get a lot happier. There's going to be a lot more harmony in your environment. Through sudden change, sudden developments. And especially more toward the end of the year. I think right now in August you might be on the fence trying to decide which way to go. But things are going to get better, progressively better. Just take care of yourself, Leo. Take care of your health. So this is my forecast for August. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, click on the like button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can work on your personal issue. You can do a reading that's just based on you, not a general reading. And so I want to thank everyone who's been supporting this channel. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes. Thank you for purchasing readings. If you're new, welcome. I hope you're enjoying these videos. And so have a happy birthday if you're an August Leo. And don't give up the dream. It's there for you. If you just, and you know, you just have to free yourself. Walk away, walk into a new world. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.